change your life, really, you need ideas. There isn't anything an idea can't change. And Schoaf taught me the major problem is lack of an idea, not a problem. At first, I didn't have any money. I said to Mr. Schoaf, I don't have any money. He said, that's not a problem. Now, see, up until then, I always thought it was. Right? I was confused. He said, no, the problem is lack of an idea on how to create money and wealth. It isn't lack of money, it's lack of ideas. So if you get the ideas, see, you can change anything. Now, to get ideas, you need a constant study of finding out.
Welcome. Let's continue the backtesting session.
Study success.
We ended on
If you wish to be happy,
July 11th, Friday, and obviously this entire week right here we took an L. Technically we took one L. We took one L is what we ended up taking. Hopefully this streaming session is a little bit better, and I'm backtesting my strategy. And obviously if the strategy starts to fall apart, then we're going to start making some tweaks to it. I've been keeping notes is what I've been doing. So let's continue the process. Yesterday was fucking awful. I absolutely hated yesterday. But it's the little wins, man. Then we're going to start making some tweaks to it. The little wins. Keeping notes is what Let's just keep going. Hopefully it turns out a little bit better now. So let's keep going after it. Let's play this video and listen to it and fucking get moving.
Some people just go through the day with their fingers crossed. See, that won't do it. You've got to study the things that can change your economic, social, spiritual, personal
So
life.
let's fucking go.
Now, Schoaf also said, when you find out something that works, put the information in your journal. Don't use your head for a filing cabinet. Put it in your journal so that you can do the next best thing. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Go over it. And if you repeat it, go over it, sure enough, someday, some mysterious day, the idea takes root, starts to grow, and shows up in your bank account, and your dress, and your personality, and your lifestyle. Now, if you're curious, let me give you 3 ways to find out how to change anything. Any life direction, any dimension. Here's 3 ways to find out how to change anything. Number 1 is to read. All of the successful people I know and work with around the world, they're all good readers. Curiosity drives them to read. They gotta know. They just read. Become self-educated. Standard education will get you standard results. And you can check those numbers and see if that's what you want. But if you want to go beyond that, you now have got to become self-educated. One way to learn is from your own experiences, but another way to learn is from other people's experiences. See, one book might save you 5 years if you read it. Did you know there's books on how to be stronger, more decisive, be a speaker, be a leader, have a better effect on other people, develop your personality? Did you know there's books on that? Did you know that hundreds of successful people have written their stories in books and they wrote down how they did it, and people don't read it? How would you explain that? Now, you don't have to read half the night, but put this in your notes, 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes a day, read something positive, something challenging, something inspirational, something instructional, at least 30 minutes a day. Become a good reader. Now, that's my opinion. Listen to the other lecturers, and listen to me, and make up your own mind. Don't be a follower, be a student. Here's the second way to find out how to change your life. And that's to listen. Get around successful people and listen. Now, you can also learn from unsuccessful people. Take notes on both, negative and positive. Find out what poor people read and don't read it. Right? That's good information. Learn from the negative. But now you can also learn from the positive. Get around successful people. Listen to what they say. Listen to how they say it. It's important. Now, here's some of the best advice I've got for the whole evening. Poor people ought to take rich people out to dinner and listen. That's some of the best I got. But you're right. Poor people don't usually take rich people out to dinner. The guy said he's rich, let him buy his own dinner. I'm not coming up with any money. You're lucky to get your own supper, let alone running around trying to find a rich man to feed. And the guy's behind. If a guy's not doing well, one of the first things he ought to do is find a guy that is doing well and offer to buy him his dinner. Spend $50, $60, $80, $100. Go for the full 9 course. If you get a successful person to eat and talk for 2 hours, they're liable to drop ideas in your lap, change your life. Multiply your income by 2, by 3, by 5. But you're right. Poor people don't usually take rich people out to dinner. Now here's the third way to find out how to change your life. And that's to observe. You can pick up a lot of ideas just by watching. Get around successful people and watch. Here's why. Success leaves clues. Watch how the man shakes hands. Watch how the lady responds. People who do well do certain things over and over and over and over. And if you're clever, you can pick them up. Watch it all. If a guy's making $10,000 a month, I'd watch how he walks. Maybe that's it. Copy his funny little walk. Somebody says, well, that's kind of a silly walk. Say, it's 10,000. I haven't got the money yet, but I got the walk. It's bound to start somewhere. What I ask you tonight is to be unusual and be a good observer of what's going on. You can pick up ideas that can change your life starting tomorrow. Just be a more careful observer. Now remember, there's 2 ways to see. One is called sight. See with your eyes. The other one is called insight. See with your mind. See with your eyes, you'll see things. See with your mind, you'll see answers. Put your eyes and your mind to work. And the best advice on developing sight and insight is pay attention. Don't miss anything. Wherever you are, be there. Excellent. Now, we've lingered a little bit long on number 1 here for personal development. Find out how things work, but it's so very important finding out. And I've given you 3 ways to find out. Now here's the second step to personal development. Okay, number 1 was find out how things work. Here's number 2, go to work. If there's one thing to get excited over, that's it. Get excited over your ability to make yourself do the necessary things. What could you make yourself do starting tomorrow that would change it all? No, tell him. Now see, that's exciting. On any given day, you can massively change the direction of your life.
Got 50%.
Now here's the key to discipline. Start with the little
We've got to
disciplines.
stick with
Get
this choice,
excited over
though.
the little disciplines and get right on those, because those will lead to the big ones. You can't handle the big challenges in life unless you take on the little ones. Make a list of all the things you can do. Get
why
right
don't
on
I ever
those.
go
Discipline yourself
50%?
for those.
Doesn't
Both for the
matter, I
result
would've
and
got
for the
stopped
muscle
out
and
anyways.
for the practice. So that when life hands you some big challenges, you'll be ready, you'll have the muscle. But see, if you don't handle the small ones, you can't take care of the big ones.
It's weird because I know price
Here's
is
what else
going
it takes for
down.
life change. Self-motivation.
I
Key
know
phrase,
we're in an
self-motivation.
area of
I don't know why we
discount
call it
as well
self-motivation. It's really
too.
the only kind there is. You got to motivate yourself.
We're in an area of
And you don't
discount,
want to give
and
self-motivation away to somebody else.
what
and
I
make it
hate
somebody
is
else motivating
internal inside of internal. Like that
you.
pisses
The
me
guy
off
says,
so
boy, if
much,
somebody
dude.
just come by and turn me
But
on. What if they don't
This
show
is absolute
up?
bullshit right here. And
See, you got to have a better
then
plan for your
again,
life.
price doesn't really give a fuck
You must now
about your
take
feelings or what you
action
know and
on
everything.
What you found
And
out.
it's just a little
Don't
stressful.
let your learning lead to knowledge.
But
You'll become a fool.
let's keep going.
Let your learning
Damn,
lead to action.
that pissed me
You
off
can
a lot,
become wealthy.
actually. Whatever.
And there's many kinds of wealth. I understand that. Not just money. Money's one of the least of all values. I know some people with a lot of money that are very poor. Now, here's the third step to personal development, and we'll wrap up personal development. Step number 3. It's just a little caution, and all through life we need little cautions. This one simply says, don't try to beat the system. Find out how it works, work it, but don't try to beat it. Some people learn just enough to start slicing it, shading it, thinning it, cutting corners, and looking for cheap answers. See, don't fall for that. You'll wind up with a cheap life. Find out how it works best and do it that way.
We took an L on Monday,
Even though
July
it seems to take a
14th.
little longer, do it right. Don't compromise with right. So if I had a word with you tonight, one-on-one, just you and me, I think my personal advice to you would be, this year, 1981, reach down inside of you and come up with some more of those remarkable human gifts. They're there, waiting to be utilized. And then change anything for you want to change. And I challenge you to do that because you can change. See, you don't ever have to be the same again after tonight, only by choice. Starting tomorrow, what are you going to do?
Which it was I lost 90 on this one. I better write that down.
Good question. What are you going to do starting tomorrow that'll make a difference? Now, see, if you don't do something starting tomorrow that'll make a difference, guess what? It's gonna be the same. And see, that way you can guess what the next 5 years are going to be like. Look at the last 5. Because the next 5 are going to be like the last 5 unless you, major key, tomorrow, change it all. Or change a little, or change something, or don't change. It's choice time. You can do whatever you want. But it's nice to know any day you wish you can change your whole life. There's a lot of things that can wreck your chances to do well. We live in a rather dangerous world, so you got to be not only wise, you got to be careful. And attitude diseases are deadly. I mean, they'll destroy all the good things you start. So we'll go through those attitude diseases, how to spot them, how to look for them, what they are, and the cure. And I'm a pro on these because I've had them all, so I can give you excellent advice on these. Here's the list, attitude diseases. Number 1 is indifference. The shrug of the shoulder. The guy's not even concerned. He's just drifting. There's one problem with drift. You cannot drift to the top of the mountain. The guy says, well, I can't see getting all that worked up. Well, to be any kind of winner, you gotta get worked up. Here's the key to the good life. Learn to put everything you've got into everything you do. Whatever you are doing, pour it on. It will quickly open up into opportunity or quickly disclose to you that you ought to be doing something else. The delusion is, if I had a better job, I'd really pour it on. See, that's delusion. Wherever you are, pour it on. See, that'll help change your life. Get rid of this
like
disease.
M and Q a little bit better now.
Here's the next attitude disease, indecision.
I've ignored M and Q, and I'm glad that I did.
Paralysis. The guy can't make up his mind and it becomes a disease. Pretty soon he knows he's got it. The guy says, well, I know I'm on the fence. But he says, what if I get off on the wrong side? Listen, after a while it doesn't matter. Just get off. Any side will do. Here's the best way to live. One way or the other. That's best. Pick a direction and go with everything you got. Just pick one and go. Somebody says, yeah, but what if it's the wrong direction? You'll find out quicker. A life full of adventure is a life full of many decisions. The ones that turn out to be wrong give you better experience to make better decisions. So don't see how many decisions you can get out of, see how many you can get into. That's where the adventure is. So shake off this disease, indecision. The next one is doubt. Doubt's like a plague. And one of the worst is self-doubt. There are many, but that's one of the worst. The guy doubts himself. Doubts if it'll last that long for him. Doubts if he can do that well. Doubts if he can make that much. Doubts if he can accomplish all that. A chronic, excellent self-doubter. You can imagine what damage that does to your future. So here's the key. Turn this coin over and become a believer.
Yes.
And there's many things to believe in. One of the majors is yourself. The understanding of self-worth is the beginning of progress. Now, if those 3 don't get you, this one will. Worry. That's a devastating disease, worry. Worry causes health problems, social problems, personal problems, family problems. It's devastating. Worry long enough, it'll drop you to your knees. Could reduce you to begging. I know how bad this one is. I used to have it bad. I used to be known as a super worrier. Not a super warrior.
Oh,
no, super
dude.
worrier. My family wished I'd have been a
How,
warrior.
man? What the fuck?
I
What
got
the
those years to make up
fuck
for it.
is going on right now,
But I'll
dude?
tell you
What the
what.
fuck?
My advice to you is do what I finally did on worry.
What
Give
the
it up.
fuck is going on?
Who needs it? I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's worth it.
Fucking July is
It took me
kicking my
almost 1 year to kick
fucking
the worry habit,
ass,
and it was
man.
not an easy year. It was one of the toughest years I ever spent, but I finally got that monkey off my
Fucking
back.
shit, dude. Go
And I
fuck
discovered
yourself,
you could live the
man.
most incredible life free of worry. Not free of challenge,
Holy
not free of
fucking
difficulty,
bullshit,
free of
dude.
worry. I learned how to do it, and you can. Here's the next attitude disease. Over-caution.
Oh, fuck you.
Some people never will have much. They're too cautious. Now, you can also be too reckless, but you can also be too
I'm gonna blow
cautious.
this stupid fucking
This is
account here
called
soon.
the timid approach to life.
Fuck me, what did we lose? $80 fucking dollars on that?
And my caution was always the risk. Risk used to drive me right up the wall.
Oh, fucking get it.
I used to say, what
What's
if
my
this
stop loss too?
happens?
It doesn't even matter.
It's
It's matter
called
if
the
the
language of
fucking
the
stop
poor.
loss was like that.
What if this happens? And on top of that, if this was to happen, look at the fix I'd be in. I better not try. I could always ace myself out. Then I'll tell you what changed my whole life when I finally discovered it's all risky. The minute you were born, it got risky. If you think trying is risky, wait till they hand you the bill for not trying. If you think investing is risky, wait till you get the tab for not investing. See, it's all risky. Getting married is risky. Having children is risky. Going into business is risky. Investing your money is risky. It's all risky. I'll tell you how risky life is. You're not going to get out alive. That's risky. The Englishman says, well, if that's the way it's going to work out, let's give it a go. Right, that's what it's for. Give it a go. Somebody says, yeah, but I'm looking for safety and security. Fine, then huddle in a corner. We'll cover you with a sheet, bring you 3 meals a day. And we'll protect you, feed you, look after you, care for you. We won't let anything happen to you, and you'll probably live to be 100. The guy said, well, yeah, I'd live to be 100. But what a way to live. Right. What a way to live, safe and secure. Don't ask for security. Ask for adventure. Better to live 30 years full of adventure than 100 years safe in the corner. Here's the next attitude disease. We're almost through with this motley list. In fact, we're almost through. Hang on. The next one is pessimism. Pessimism, the deadly disease of always looking on the bad side, the problem side, the difficult side, checking all the reasons why it can't be done. The poor pessimist leads an ugly life. He doesn't try to figure out what's right. He tries to figure out what's wrong. He doesn't look for virtue. He looks for faults. And when he finds them, he's delighted. How ugly. This is the poor guy who looks through the window, doesn't see the sunset. He sees the specks on the window. And this is the poor guy, right, who rushes up, takes such leave of his senses. This guy rushes up and he says, I've got 5 good reasons why it won't work. He's so dumb he doesn't know all he needs 1. He's got 5. To the pessimist, the glass is always half empty. To the optimist, the glass is half full. Why would the same measure affect people 2 different ways? Answer, it all depends on how you look at it. Our lives are mostly affected by the way we think things are, not the way they are. the way we think they are affects us most. There's a subject we don't have time to get into tonight called better thinking habits. One of the major things Shove taught me when I met him, he said, poor thinking habits keeps most people poor. Not poor working habits. Most people work hard, but they don't think hard. And Shove taught me that the mind is like a factory, a mental factory. And whatever you think about all day long pours ingredients into this mental factory. And that's what builds the economic, social, financial fabric of your life. As you think, so you become. How awesome. When he talked about poor thinking habits, he had me. I used to start the day reading the morning newspaper. I mean, you can believe that or not. I'd get a cup of coffee and read the paper. I'd load up on wars and riots and murders and stabbings and killings and bank robberies and muggings and car wrecks and tragedies. I'd even read the back pages. I seem to like that stuff for some weird reason. I'd load up on all that, and then I'd start the day. You can imagine the kind of days I used to have. You walk around on your financial knees. They call you economic peewee. The guy says, I want to be a great leader. Wonderful. The first thing we do is follow him to his house. When we get there, we walk in and check his library, number one. Somebody says, well, why check his library? The reason is because what a man reads pours massive ingredients into his mental factory, and the fabric of his life is built from those ingredients. You would not believe what some people have got in their house to read. You would not believe. One of the best dressed up words I know for a lot of it is trash. Can you imagine dumping a barrel of trash into this mental factory every day and coming out with a rich, dynamic, positive life? It can't be done. You might as well try making a cake with cement.
Excuse me.
The kids back in Danbury, Connecticut, high school, they're asking me questions one day. I'm talking to the kids. Kids got good questions these days. One of them said to me, Mr. Rohn, how do you build the good life? I said, it's simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. Here's how you build anything. Select the right ingredients, keep out the wrong ingredients, and it starts with thought. Everything starts with thought. So you must be wise and careful what you think about, because that starts everything. I asked the kids, what would happen if somebody dropped sugar in my coffee? They said, well, you'd be okay. I said, what if somebody dropped strychnine in my coffee? They said, well, you'd be dead. I said, correct. Lesson one. Life is both sugar and strychnine. You gotta be careful. I said, what if my worst enemy drops in the sugar? They said, will you be okay? I said, what if my best friend, even by accident, drops in the strychnine? They said, well, you'd be dead. I said, correct. Lesson two, watch your coffee. You got to be careful. See, it doesn't matter who hands you the bad stuff. It doesn't matter where you get the bad stuff. It'll still do its damage on your bank account, wherever you get it. Mr. Schoaf gave me one of the greatest phrases when I first met him when he said, Jim, every day stand guard at the door of your mind. How important. Stand guard at the door of your mind. And you decide what goes into your mental factory. Don't let anybody just dump anything they want to in your mental factory, because you've got to live with the results. Okay, here's the last disease, and we're through with this list. The last subject is very brief. The last disease, but this one is deadly. Engage in this one, indulge in it even slightly, and you might as well forget the future, because it's going to forget you. Complaining, crying, whining, griping, a Bible word called murmuring. See, that'll ace your future. Spend 5 minutes complaining, and you have wasted 5. And you may have begun what's known as economic cancer of the bone. Surely they will soon haul you off into a financial desert and there let you choke on the dust of your own regret. I hope I said that well, so you won't forget. It's a deadly disease. Just be on the lookout of the things that can destroy all the good you start. The war is on. And this evening, tomorrow, mentally, personally, socially, economically, you got to make sure you're winning the war. And this is part of it.
It's pushing the water, and there's a jogger actually. Look at this.
I should have stopped this night with your father. I'm stopping this one now.
Don't, okay, let me finish. I gotta prove it.
Prove what?
I'm not a mistake.
It's the what if I can pull off a miracle. What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be? And just me talking about that, I have the hair going up on my arms because it makes me just like, what if I can be that guy that people who call this and that, and now I'm speaking at Tom Ferry's event.
Pressure changes everything, pressure. Some people, you squeeze them, they focus. Others fold. Can you summon your talent at will? Can you deliver on a deadline? Can you sleep at night?
David Goggins, he wrote me, be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
Kill the boy, Jon Snow. Kill the boy. And let the man be born.
Out of the 100 men that go into war, 10 shouldn't even be there. 80 of them are just targets. 10 do most of, or 9 do most of fighting. 1 is a warrior. And it's a true quote to life. I saw it going through training. I saw it everywhere I went. There's so many people who just show up to life that shouldn't even be around. And there's few people who do all the work. I wanted to be part of that 9, and I'm working towards being that 1. Right now in life, your family's looking for that one guy right now. They're looking for that one guy who's strong, who's that pillar for the family in hard times. Make sure they look around and find you. These are the times right now for you to step up. Be that guy that can take anything.
You see that look right there? Don't ever let a man see you like that. Because you give him the power over you. If you gotta take an L, you take it with your head up, chest out. Like a man.
Dr. Carter had a tear in his eye. I could tell he felt for me. Then he said, son, I'm sorry to say you're not gonna box again. And I looked at him. I said, no, Dr. Carter, you're wrong. I am gonna box again. He said, you don't understand what kind of man I am.
You're a man. You are a man. Stand up and be a man. Make the hard decisions, make the sacrifices, make the unpopular decisions, and become comfortable in your own skin. And if you are not a person that you are comfortable being alone with, that is the one person in this universe that you have full power, full right, and full responsibility to change.
If you had to create a human, what would you put them through to make them tough? It probably wouldn't be a really chill life. what would you put them through to make them patient? You probably wouldn't give them things immediately. And so it's like, we want these traits, but each of the traits has a price tag attached to it. And it's just like, do you want to pay the price tag to get the thing? And so I think if people reframe the period of life that they're going through as the price that they're paying out of their wallet, but the wallet is their time, is the seconds of life that they're trading for it, then I think more people will be willing to make the trade. Because at least when I look at myself, like when I'm 80 something years old and I'm looking back on my life, I want to have these traits. But in order to have those traits, I know I have to go through these things. And I think for me, that's given me a lot of comfort in hard times.
Everything counts. Everything that you do counts. The biggest mistake that people make is they think that only what they want to count counts. No. When you read a book, when you listen to an audio program, when you go to a course, when you go to bed early and get up early and you work, it all counts. And it's all going on the plus side of your ledger.
It's the moments in life, the decisions you make on a moment-to-moment basis that add up to be the guy or not the guy. Tonight, I did something, that I feel more of a guy. For me, who I am, my guy.
Partying is weakness for the soul, my friend, so I try and avoid it.
You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Yep.
So the goal was to be the first one at breakfast. So I set my alarm. I make sure I'm up by sunrise. I get out of bed. I put on my gear and I head downstairs. But when I get there, Kobe's already there, with ice packs on his knees, drenched in sweat. Now, it took me a minute to figure it out, but this guy wasn't only awake before me. He had already worked out. He had just played in the finals days earlier. Meanwhile, I'd been off for months and I was still exhausted. What he had done that morning was incomprehensible to me. That dedication he had only days after falling short of an NBA championship. That taught me something I've never forgotten. Legends aren't defined by their successes. They're defined by how they bounce back from their failures. And that's what I hope to communicate to anyone watching this.
I heard a quote one time from Vincent van Gogh that really rang true. He said, he has dedicated his life to his art, and he has lost his mind in the process. When I sat and I thought about that, it sounded very familiar. I have given every single thing, every ounce of my life to this craft, to perfecting my craft, and I continue to do so. And in the process, I have lost my mind, but in a good way, to regular society, to people who wake up at 9 a.m., who clock out at 5 p.m. They would look at me and say, I've lost my mind, but me, I have found it almost.
I've got a good question for you. Why not you? You've got the brains, you can make decisions, you can study the plan, you can change your life, you can grow immensely in the next few years, you can make your dreams come true, you can build a financial wall around your family nothing can get through, you can become healthy, you can become powerful. Why not you?
Impossible is nothing to somebody that tries. Everything that someone said was impossible has happened.
Yeah, there's human beings that have different temperament and different minds and different mentality and a ruthless competitive drive that's almost terrifying to the ordinary person.
Oh, let's do a what if. What if what? What if you lose? I don't even feel, I can't, my consciousness don't even elevate that thought.
Therefore, if it happens, you'd be distraught, crazed, what?
It's not my nature to allow that to happen.
Sometimes life can really hijack your mind. When that happens to you, you're all up. Your goals, your ambitions, everything is out the window. In life, we all go through different things. Sometimes your girlfriend or boyfriend breaks up with you. Guess what? Get the over it. They no longer want you. Maybe you fail a test in school. You worked your off. Guess what? You failed the test. Get over it. Move past it. Learn to not let life hijack your brain. At work, you've been working your ass off for that new promotion. You don't get it. Someone else does. Maybe they kiss better ass than you do. Guess what? Get over it. Life will hijack your mind if you let it. Don't allow all these things to make you a lesser person. You must own your mind. Don't let life own yours. Get after it, stay hard.
You better make sure in the next season of your life that the person who walked away from you know what they're missing. You better do something with your life. Did you look at me? You better do something so strong and so big with your life that they have to sit on the couch and say, that's the one that got by. Man, I should have just stayed in there a little bit longer. I should have been a little more patient. I should have prayed a little bit harder. Do something with your life that makes them regret turning you away and turning you over. That means getting better and not bitter.
The thing I would say is, when you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is, and your life is just to live your life inside the world, try not to bash into the walls too much, try to have a nice family life, have fun, save a little money. But life, that's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use.
And George Foreman admits that he gave Muhammad Ali everything he had. And Muhammad Ali grabbed him and pulled him to him. Old man hadn't fought in years, hurt. And Muhammad Ali pulled him to him and said, "Is that all you got?" And George Foreman said when he heard the words, "Is that all you got?" it penetrated his spirit. And said, "I done gave my man everything I got. I can't see him to knock him down." And Muhammad Ali said when he said that to him, he looked into the pupils of his eyes, and he said at that point he knew George Foreman had lost.
You know, basketball for me was the most important thing. So everything I saw, whether it was TV shows, whether it was books I read, people I talked to, everything was done to try to learn how to become a better basketball player. Everything. And so when you have that point of view, then literally the world becomes your library to help you to become better at your craft.
The world becomes your library to help you improve your craft, better your craft.
Yes, indeed.
So because you know what you want, the world's giving you exactly the information you need to become better at it.
Because you know what you're looking for.
You on that winter arc, I go, I'm on that 365. It's not an arc, it's a circle. It's a circle that keeps going around and round and round. Winter, spring, summer, fall. Love yourself enough to stay motivated. 365 arc, do a circle, stay hard.
You know, there comes a day, man, everyone's gonna have this day. There comes a day where being average, being mediocre is just sickening to you. It's just sickening, it makes you want to throw up. Because you've seen people with far less talent than you. As you're growing up with them, their childhood buddies, whatever else, they didn't have what you had. Yet now they're going to become something that you haven't. There comes that day. It's either when you're young, you know, and it strikes you on the baseball field because you're sick of striking out, or it's when you get fired from your 5th job, you know, when your wife and kids are on your ass because you don't know how to support them anymore. There comes a day where push comes to shove. Where being mediocre, being like average and just burns it so much. You can't deal with it one more day. And you get off your and you create something that's always been there. It's always been inside of you trying to come out. But you've never wanted to unwrap it because it's too much pain and commitment. You were scared you were going to fail. You were scared if you started, you never finish it. You didn't want to tell anyone about it. You knew it was there, but you never wanted to embark on it until something hits. You get fired or somebody else gets success, remind you of what you could have been. And then the spark is born. And no matter what happens, I'm never going to be in this boat again. And you get up and you go, even if it gets knocked down, you just keep going, you're a wild man. And life has never been so sweet. That can happen at an early age, it can happen at a later age. It's going to happen to somebody no matter what, it's going to happen to you. And when it does happen to you, thank your lucky stars that finally you're alive. It's time to unwrap the potential you can be. Superior, man. It's within you.
It's within every single one of us. And the people that have risen to that level were no different than any one of us. It's just they believed it and they're willing to work their to get it. It wasn't about the potential. It wasn't about the genetics. It wasn't about the perseverance. And it wasn't about being the hardest worker in the room.
Sometimes you have to go beyond what you're feeling. You know, okay, this hurts, that hurts. We can just sit down and do nothing. Or we can see how far we can push the human body.
The highest level winners do what?
Your mind has to be stronger than your feelings. Your mind has to be stronger than your feelings. Think about every single one of them. Think about it.
Really was.
Your feelings keep you in bed. Your mind tells you, get up. Every single day, your mind is one that tells you, get up. And your feelings like, an extra 30 minutes, just roll this. Don't worry about it.
What's the central part of your training? Is it running? Is it sparring? Or
Central part is dodging the nightclubs and the parties and the girls. You know the truth? And being in the bed by yourself at 9 o'clock at night. And if you can get by that, you'll make it. No, that's the truth. Now, I tell you the truth.
Man, if I want to be good, I gotta wake up in the morning and I gotta do the extra work. And I gotta show up when other guys aren't. And I've gotta learn. I've gotta continue to be open to learning.
The message I try to deliver to people is play to win. Don't play to avoid loss. Because the things you fear, the things that's gonna happen to you. Set that target on something positive. Work for it, expect it.
Get serious. You've really got to get serious. You don't have to be grim, but you must be serious. To go from average to fortune, you must get serious. Designing the next 5, the next 10 years is so vitally important. What do you want to do economically? Where do you want to go? What do you want to be? What would you like to have? What would you like to share? How much would you like to earn? How far would you like to go? Those are some major questions to ask. Personal development is striving hard to become the kind of person that you want to be. And to become the kind of person you want to be, you've got to work at it. 10 years from now, you will surely become someone. The big question is, who? What are you becoming? And if you go to work on it now, sure enough, in a very short period of time, you can take on a new direction to become the kind of person you want to be.
At the end of every day, you look yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself, did I get better today? If the answer is yes, and you do that for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, how much better are you going to be? Are you getting better every single day? That's the question. And it's just taking small steps. You don't try to get it all done in one day, in 1 week, in 1 year. It's the process of getting better every day and doing that for a period of years that then create the masterpiece.
Is there any limit to your ambition?
No.
Or any limit to what you think you can achieve?
No. Because I think right now, if I was to quit rapping and I said I want to go to the NBA, I would be in the NBA.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
Why would you think you could make it to the NBA?
Because I think I could do anything.
Let me leave you with some words from Muhammad Ali. Impossible is just a big word thrown around by small men who find it easier to live in a world that they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration, it's a dare.
Two forms of pain. Pain that breaks you and the pain that changes you. That's the pain of a change right there. That's the pain of progress. The pain that destroys you isn't this. It's later in life knowing you could have been more. And all that's left is you and the mirror and tears of a possibility left that you allowed to die.
I must have been doing some fucking bullshit last time I back tested, because for some reason, I don't know if I'm doing something fucking different again, but I'm literally following the process that I've been following for who knows how fucking long.
Yeah, I go to sleep.
And on July 14th, I have 3 wins. 3 fucking wins and no losses. And I must have just been doing some fucking bullshit. I must have not been following the fucking strategy. But now I'm following the fucking strategy. and I have 3 fucking losses instead of 3 wins. So what am I doing that's fucking opposite? Like I don't fucking understand it.
I look at them as attempts. I don't look at anything as failure. Not trying is failure.
I will never quit.
Such
Because if
fucking
you quit,
bullshit.
You're done. You may still be alive walking around on this earth. You're done. I will never quit. I will persevere and I will thrive on adversity. My team expects me to be physically harder and mentally stronger than our opponents. I hold myself to that standard.
People don't see that, and people will never understand that to be success. You know, all they think about, well, he batted 202, you know, and he struck out a certain number of times. Yeah, okay. You know, but the effort was there, and the learning curve and the passion was there that has transcended not just to me, but to other people who are afraid to do things because they're worried about the perception that may come from other places. To me, that's more gratifying than anything, you know. So that's the things that my father and my mother instilled in me. Take a negative and turn it into a positive. Don't be afraid to fail.
The unfulfilled potential is the story of most people's lives.
It is. It is. And it could have been the story of mine. And I tell a lot of people go, what's your biggest fear in life? And my biggest fear, honestly, was, that's not me, man. And God looks at me and says, that's who you were supposed to be.
I was going to work that hard every single day so that when I do retire, I have no regrets. And that was the most important thing for me, is to leave no stone unturned, get better every single day. And if I lived that way, then over time, you know, I'd have something that was beautiful. But that was my philosophy. It seems like a pretty simple one, but you know, if you live your life to just get better every single day, and do that for 20 years, I mean, what do you have?
My personal goal is to squeeze every ounce of potential out of whatever I have. And I think that if you feel like you have potential left over, then it will eat you alive until you do something about it. Almost every successful person that I have ever encountered has gone through not a month or a year, but many years of doing work without reward, where they have to do things that other people find boring, and they have to sacrifice things that everyone finds interesting, that most people want to do during that entire season of their life. And they basically sacrifice a season of other things that they would prefer to do stuff that they would not prefer to do because of the one thing they want most.
Why? We all ask why we should work this hard. Why take that many classes? Why go to school that many years? You know, why take the notes? Why read the books? Why work that hard? Why put yourself through the push-ups and the disciplines? Why? Good question, why? Best answer to why, I think, is the second question. Why not? Why not see how many books you can read, how many classes you can take, how many skills you can develop? Why not see how valuable you can become to the marketplace and to your friends and to your family? Why not see what you can make of yourself? Why not see how far you can go, how much you can see, how much you can earn, how much you can share? Why not? That's the heritage all of us have, in America especially, is to see what we can make out of our lives now that we've been given this extraordinary opportunity.
Just be the best version of yourself in anything that you do. You don't have to live anybody else's story. Sometimes people make it seem like you have to have certain prerequisites or a crazy life story in order to be successful in this world. But the truth is, you really don't. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you have or don't have, what you lack, what you have too much of, but all you need to have is faith in God, an undying passion for what you do or what you choose to do in this life, and a relentless drive and the will to do whatever it takes to be successful and whatever you put your mind to. Make sure you live in the moment and work your every single day.
Everybody's asleep, man, or just getting home after a long night. You know, going out there partying. It's Friday night. It's close to 3 in the morning right now. You know, the thing is, man, it's always going to be a party. There's always going to be a time to celebrate and a time to join friends, or a day that, I mean, the bars are always open. Always open. No matter how old you are, they're always open, you know? What's not always open is the opportunity to check the box in life. You know, achieve your dreams. That's not always open.
Live your life like there's a documentary crew following you around and you are analyzing your own behavior. Do what you would want to do so that your kids one day would look back at it and see that documentary and look on it with pride, like, wow, my dad was a bad he really did what he had to do. I love a success story, but even more than a success story, I like a dude who his life up and then gets it back together again story.
Whoever's listening to this, if you wrote a book right now about your life and you gave it to someone, would it change their life for the better? If not, you gotta get to work.
If you go visit the darkness that you've been running from, you'll have the opportunity to leave a better person. You'll have a better understanding of yourself. You'll have a better understanding of your purpose. But if you don't take that trip and the darkness comes visit you, it's a guest that will never leave.
Bad days create the story that I'm one day going to tell myself about what I got through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without the bad days, the story would be way more lame. There would be no glory in overcoming anything, because what did you overcome?
It happens like this. You work, nothing happens. You work, you watch some people fall off, nothing happens. It's hard, difficult, and lonely. You work, still nothing happens. And then for the people that persist and last the test of time, that overcome the adversity, that continue to do the personal development work and continue to put pressure and march forward under any and all circumstances, it happens like this. It's hockey stick growth. You just take off.
I'm not good enough, smart enough. I'm not talented enough. Some people are. Some people can start at 1. Some people don't have to start at all. If you lack talent, you can't sit back and say, I'll start in half an hour. I can't do that. I gotta start now. And after I get back from starting, I gotta start again. And then when I get done with that run or that study session, if it wasn't good enough, I gotta go back again. So you can honestly outwork anything.
I never looked at things as problems. I look at them as opportunities. Maybe that's something I can say. You know, someone, but she did this, and well, what an opportunity you have. Yeah, well, the world, you know, because they said this and Shannon said that. Yeah, well, what an opportunity you have to make a difference.
Anything in life that you put your mind to, you can do. The world is your oyster. Only thing promised is death. So basically, life is like a game. So you have to play the game the way you want to play it.
Rest at the end, not in the middle. And that's something I always live by. You know, I'm not going to rest. I'm going to keep on pushing now. There are a lot of answers that I don't have, even questions that I don't have. But I'm just going to keep going.
The mindset of a winner, which is a winner does more than expected every single time, no matter how they feel, no matter the circumstances. A winner shows up 10x times more than the average person. A winner has these unreasonable expectations of himself. A winner knows that he's destined for greatness. And no matter how many people around him tell him to slow down, be careful, watch out, that's too risky, you don't have the genetics, the DNA, the money, the mind, the brain power for that. A winner locks onto their goals and keeps going.
This is yours. You're the captain, you're the master, you're the foreman, you're the general, you're the head. Don't give control of this to nobody.
I dare you to stop f***ing around and dedicate the next 6 months of your life exclusively to your goals and your goals only. Don't announce it to anyone. Don't tell people on Instagram about it. Don't tell anybody. Just disappear, do the work, and reemerge in 6 months a different person.
It's 1 a.m. I'm going for my 3rd workout. Do I want to go to the gym? Absolutely not. I'd rather, lay in my house and sit in the movie theater and watch movies. But, to be the best, you got to work overtime. To be the best, you got to work overtime.
The winners always show up. They're willing to lose in order to gain. Big mental thing there, guys. This body, as great as you are, as sharp as you make that arsenal, it can't do anything if you don't have confidence in yourself. We all fall down in life. The question is, who gets back up? You go after and you give it all you have. If you lose, at least you tried, man. I failed. It's 10 times more of a man than someone said, what if? Because what if never went to the arena. When you guys find a fear, that fear will either create you or destroy you. I love fear. The reason why?
This is fucking bullshit right now, man. I don't understand what the fuck is going on right now.
It's an intangible.
To be honest with you guys, I have no idea what the fuck is going on right now. It absolutely fucking sucks.
Not only did I face it, I beat it back. Energy's never lost.
I hate this fucking feeling that I'm feeling right now. I don't get it, man. I was fucking literally killing it like 2-3 days ago. I was following my strategy perfectly. I wasn't letting anything off. My market structure was on fucking point. And for some weird reason, I can't get a single fucking trade in for the month of July.
And become an underskilled 30-year-old, or you work him up and
I
become
don't
an
know
underlived 30-year-old.
what the fuck is happening, and apparently July 21st, last time I got on Monday, I want to trade. Where the fuck did the strategy show up on fucking Monday? On this little fucking Fair Valley gap all the way the fuck down here?
That is actually the dream.
I don't fucking get it, dude. I don't fucking get it.
All worthwhile. The thing about pain is, like, you feel it right now, it's temporary, man. But later in life, you don't remember the pain. You just remember, like, the glory and the good time. I was going to West Point, you know, in Ranger School. Man, there was some really dark hours, dark days, and dark years of my life, man. But looking back on it, I mean, I just remember the good people and the good times. I don't remember all those, you know, times where I was just so done and worn out. I don't remember that. I just remember that I made it through it. You know, and that exhilaration of pride and achievement, man, that outweighs all the pain and struggle, you know, and that sweat equity to get there. It really does, as long as you get there. That's why when they say pain is temporary, pride's forever, that's what they're talking about. Because if you push through the pain to achieve the pride, you forget about the pain was ever even there. But if you can't push through the pain and the pain stops you and breaks you down, well, then that pain is forever. Because you never got pride to outbalance it. Going through this, man, you start feeling the pain, it's all good, man. Welcome it. Welcome it, man. But right past pain, it's forever pride, man.
You chose this path. It's a damn hard one. You chose. You chose this path. It's a damn hard one. You chose it. You owe it to yourself to see it through.
Did you expect it not to be hard? Did you expect this thing that you're trying to achieve not to be difficult? Every other person feels the exact same way.
This is your new life. Take it or leave it. There's no happiness about it. There's no peace behind it.
You want to become best. You want to become champion. And now you want to say like you tired? Who cares? You tired or not? Nobody cares about you.
Why are you doing this? I said, why are you doing this?
Because you can't win, Rock. This guy will kill you to death inside of 3 rounds.
You're crazy. He's just another fighter.
No, he ain't just another fighter. This guy is a wrecking machine, and he's hungry. Hell, you ain't been hungry since you won that belt.
You finally made it to the big leagues, and now you want to chill? Now you got the big head? Now you can't grind? You here now.
The only way you learn in this world is through suffering. I don't care what anybody says. You know, the other side of suffering is a whole nother world that people have no idea that even exists.
Because you've got to pay a price to be the best. The best pay a big price.
A real man in the dark, when nobody's watching, he putting in work. It does not take talent. You don't have to be gifted. You gotta outgrind.
Don't stop working. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't. I heard that a lot growing up, that you can't do it, you can't do it. Man, I'm telling you, you have confidence in yourself, man. I promise you, you're gonna be just fine.
You don't doubt me, so I couldn't do it. The all said I couldn't do it. Look at me now.
Everybody out there, there's people telling you you can't do it, or you're the underdog, or telling you told you're not good enough. I've been told that my whole life, and I'm the world champ. I earned this in blood. I paid in full. This is mine.
I hope every one of you behind the screens or in this arena can feel this level of happiness just one time in your life.
I leave everything I have. My mom take care of me and my two brothers alone, you know. Now, Dad, you proud of me, Dad. You proud of me.
But guess what? You never feel this level of happiness if you don't go for something in your own life. When they knock you down, when they try on you, when they talk about you. If you stay down, you will never ever get that resolve. Fortify your mind.
Before the fight started, you were saying to yourself, I'm the best. I'm the best.
I am the best.
If you believe it, if you really believe that you could be something, if you have that little voice in your head saying, hey, you got talent, you could do this, then follow that voice.
I kept going, not because I wanted to. Trust me, all of me wanted to stop. I kept going because I deserved to know what not giving up on myself felt like.
The truth is, you must keep going. I repeat, keep going. Why? Because you deserve to see what happens when all your hard work pays off. Keep going because you're stronger than you think. Keep going because the best is yet to come.
We all have a great need for acceptance. But you must trust that your beliefs are unique, your own, even though others may think them odd or unpopular. Robert Frost said, 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference.
Somebody taught this to me a long time ago. He said, Steve, in order to get to the life of your dreams, you're gonna have to learn how to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
You can't have an easy life in a great character. Show me a trust fund kid that inherited a bunch of money, and I'll show you someone mentally tortured. Having stuff isn't fun. Getting stuff is fun, right? It's not the pursuit of happiness. It's the happiness of the pursuit. And it's not like, you know, the self-help, it's not the journey, it's the destination. It's not either the journey or the destination. It's who you become on the journey. That's it. Life is really, really tough. Make your life a little bit harder in the short term and get somewhere.
I don't care how you get there. I don't care what you do to get there. The goal is to what?
Your father might own a company, your mama might be a millionaire, you might come from privilege, but you will not outwork me. You have to make a decision that nobody in this league in your position will outwork you.
Bro, stop being weak, bro. It's not supposed to be easy. Who told you the grind's supposed to be easy? Who told, like your kindergarten teacher? No, we ain't handing out trophies to everybody. Oh, there's only one winner in this game, bro. So embrace it or leave.
I leave everything I have. My mom take care of me and my 2 brothers alone, you know. Now, Dad, you proud of me, Dad. You proud of me.
Working too hard and the circumstances were too unfair, but somehow you still got up the next day and kept going. You have to be able to get energy from pain.
Can't hurt me. Can't hurt me. Can't hurt me. It starts to get in your mind. And before you know it, it's the truth. So when you fail, you fall on your ass, somebody bullies you, whatever's going on in your life, can't hurt me.
Set up a schedule and just do the work. Free from how you feel.
Most people, the bottom 80%, are lazy, and they're looking for an easy way. They're looking for a shortcut to be successful, and there aren't any. But if you do something repeatedly, over and over, you develop a habit. So most people are in the habit of looking for easy ways to get the things they want.
And so many people just want it the easy way. I'm sorry, man. It's not. You need to fucking work harder. You need to fucking discipline your mind better.
The hardest things are usually the best. If it's easy, leave it to somebody else, okay?
What I want you to consider is that every single time you go and do something hard, that's the story you've told yourself, that it's easier said than done. You know, it's kind of hard to do that. Well, it's supposed to be fucking hard. Look, if growing stronger and building muscle were easy, you'd have no reason to go to the gym. There would be no growth if there was no challenge.
Sometimes, your body just hurts, your legs hurt, and you're sore, but that's how you get better. The only way that you can get better is by pushing yourself beyond what you believe you're capable of doing.
It doesn't matter if you're stressed. It doesn't matter if you're hurt. It doesn't matter if you're upset. It doesn't matter if you're frustrated. If your discipline is on point and your mental toughness on point, you're going to be able to execute in spite of the situation being that way. Everybody else quits when things get hard.
I think success in fighting in life is about desire and the will. Yeah. How bad do you want it? Is it worth dying for? That's the true greatness, is the willingness to die. So is this thing worth greatness?
To every kid watching, I want you to hear me loud. You are not your zip code. You are not your last name. You are not your setbacks. You are your vision. You are your work ethic. You are your will. You are the quiet whisper inside you that says, I know there's more for me in this life. Hold on to that voice. It will be tested. The dogs is barking.
Son, don't worry. You're going to do it. You're going to make it. Okay? Because if they don't have the will to do it, they'll quit. You'll quit because you just can't do it because it's too damn hard. It really is.
The more time you spend alone with yourself, you will be able to understand who you are without any outside interference, without any friends, without any peer pressure of wanting to be like someone else.
I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't party. Your body is your temple, and looking at my family members that had addiction to drinking, and I never understood why people want to be messed up.
There's a quote that I live by, early to bed, early to rise, makes a man young, wealthy, and wise. It's Benjamin Franklin.
That voice in your head of pain and suffering and discomfort and I don't want to do this is so loud. Calm it down. It's a patient calm that you have to bring yourself.
You got to embrace the storms, the fears that we have, those moments of suffering. They're all part of the process. They're all part of growth. It's nature, right? You got to be able to handle those things, man.
You need to understand you can't win all the time. And unless you lose, you haven't even tried. And if you fail, at least you'll fail falling forwards.
I can tell you right now, every single one of you out there have exactly what you deserve. You might think that life is unfair. You might think that life dealt you a bad hand, but I'm here to tell you life will give you exactly what you tolerate. And if you've been tolerating mediocrity, you've been tolerating average, you've been tolerating this victim mentality that you're carrying, then guess what? You have exactly what you deserve.
Everyone's hypercritical and terrified to do anything and put themselves out there and fail. So we hyperanalyze, hypercriticize, become paralyzed, and end up doing nothing, sitting in our basements watching TikToks of other people's lives, pretending that they're happy. I was having one of those cynical days and felt like ranting a little. But honestly, there's optimism here for some low barrier of entry personal growth. Stop analyzing, stop criticizing, both yourself and others, and go fail at some shit. Go give someone a good job for sucking at something, because at least they're trying. Maybe it will even give yourself permission to do the same. We find meaning in trying difficult things, not just in succeeding at them.
How you gonna knock somebody in the world for actually trying to do something? Trying. Since when has it become not cool to try? Fuck loser.
You are the only thing that matters. Lock in, believe in what you believe in. Nobody else matters. You have to hold yourself accountable. You have to hold yourself to your truth. You have to hold yourself to your beliefs. Don't worry about the haters. They ain't shit. Don't worry about the naysayers, because they ain't shit. At the end of the day, be true, be loyal, be perseverant, and just love yourself, man. King James signing off.
So many people might have been able to do so many awesome things if they could really do what they wanted to do instead of just, following the beaten path.
Bro, if you're succeeding at a life that you hate, imagine how great you'd be at one that you actually enjoyed.
Be who you want to be it now, right now. Just don't tell anyone. And be humble. Don't go around talking about the fact that you are whatever you want to be, to where they look at you and they say, well, that's a bit strange. So don't talk to people about it, be it.
I heard this quote the other day that I want to share with you guys. Now I'm paraphrasing here, but it goes like this, is the person who goes to the gym every single day, regardless of how they feel, will always beat the person who goes to the gym when they feel like going to the gym.
And some of this is from clinical experience. You know, if you take people, and I've told you this, and you expose them voluntarily to things that they are avoiding and are afraid of, you know, that they know they need to overcome in order to meet their goals, their self-defined goals. If you can teach people to stand up in the face of the things they're afraid of, they get stronger.
Do you know that the harder thing to do and the right thing to do are usually the same thing? Nothing that has meaning is easy.
I struggled my whole life, but I ran from it. So I started realizing, man, I gotta start facing the struggle, and I gotta be mentally strong for the struggle.
That's what it's supposed to feel like. If you are going toward greatness, it's supposed to be uncomfortable, it's supposed to stretch you, it's supposed to be a burden to a degree. Wrap your mind around that and accept it and embrace it.
What's the difference between a nice guy and a good man?
A nice guy gets along. Yeah, do that. Yeah, I'll do that. They don't necessarily have discernment or judgment, not sure what they stand for or stand against. It's like, yes, 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 sure, yeah, hey. A good man has ideals that they stand for and they'll stand against, and when they're tested, a good man is not a nice guy.
When you look yourself in the mirror as a man and you say, I'm gonna control the things I can control, that's how you get better, that's how you take steps. But we gotta go to work every day. We gotta go to work every day to clean up this little that's holding us back so we can be who we meant to be.
When you hear people say all the time, I don't want to do nothing that I'm not comfortable with, this person's in trouble. If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you'll fail. In order to succeed in life, you have to step outside of your comfort zone.
It got really hard for me to balance fighting and construction. There were times I thought about walking away from fighting. I remember I showed up to the gym without my truck, and my teammates was like, where your truck at? And I had tears in my eyes. And my teammates almost got mad at me because I didn't tell them I was struggling. I was so embarrassed, couldn't afford to pay my bills.
I learned that I gotta do what I gotta do for me. You gotta do what you gotta do for you. Whether that's separating yourself or getting deeper in or whatever you need to do, you need to make sure it's for you, because at this point, it's like your move. This ain't everybody else's move. Focus on you.
I'm 40 and I wasted my life. I've got nothing to show for it. No house, no savings, no career that I'm proud of. And if you're in your 20s or even your early 30s and you think you've got time, I'm telling you right now, you don't. You know, if you're in your 20s right now and you're listening to this, stop thinking you've got unlimited time. Stop doing it. You don't have unlimited time. You think it's harmless to keep chasing women and wasting money and avoiding responsibility. But one day, you'll wake up and you'll realize you've got no leverage. You've got no power, absolutely no clarity, and no way to get those years back. One day you will wake up and you will be 40.
The hardest thing in life, guys, isn't doing this stuff. Isn't going past your current levels of comfort, hitting new levels, getting knocked in your ass. That's not the hard part of life. The hard part of life is when you don't have the time to do this anymore and you didn't achieve everything you wanted to do. Think of that.
I didn't want to keep forgiving myself on Sunday and then repeat and do the same shit again Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and then go, oh, no, man. Cut the shit, McConaughey. Quit giving yourself that out, that parachute. Even though you may have it, look in the mirror and go, it's on you. Because it is.
There's consequences that you pay to constantly seeking comfort and avoiding discomfort and avoiding hard work. And those consequences are you're never going to feel self-realized, you're never going to feel like you accomplished anything, you're never going to have this feeling of understanding that difficulty and struggle and the ability to push through that is a muscle, and you develop that muscle by doing it. And once you do, you develop a lot of self-satisfaction, and you develop peace of mind, and you understand that you can overcome obstacles. If you don't have to overcome obstacles, you never know whether or not you can.
But you know, life is full of unexpected twists and turns. Things happen that you don't expect, that you could never have expected. So don't get too confident, even arrogant when you succeed, when you win and you're on a high. Equally important, you mustn't allow yourself to get down when you lose or fail. I mean, just remember, no matter how poorly you have performed, you're never hopeless. Keep going. Because the one thing you can be absolutely certain of is that the tables will turn. That's absolutely guaranteed.
The process of discomfort is inevitable. You have to go through it. You start going to the gym, you feel weak in order to become strong. You go to the library, you read, you don't understand, you feel stupid in order to become smart. Most people have that initial feeling, that initial lack of self-belief, because they don't understand that they have to be humbled first in every aspect in order to grow. So you go to the gym, you feel like, that's a good thing. It just shows you that you need to improve.
So in other words, if you're on a high, be humble. And if everything has gone wrong, be hopeful and keep going.
My dad used to tell my mom I was going to be a world champ.
I told him we would be.
How'd that make you feel? Filled me with rage.
I paid the kids, I said, if y'all can whoop Bud, I give y'all $10 a piece. Couldn't I whoop?
You went out on the street.
Yeah.
What's now Bud Crawford Street.
Yeah.
And offered $10 to anyone who can kick my son's butt.
Yep.
And a lot of takers.
Yeah, kids in the neighborhood. Couldn't nobody whoop them.
What did he tell you then?
He told you, Mom, I told you I'm the best. Some things that I said to him, I wanted him to be a man. Don't be afraid of nobody.
You made him champion.
He made himself champion.
The really good people aren't naive. They're tough as they can possibly be, and they've seen things, and then they decide to become good. Like some of the best people I met in my therapeutic practice, the best people morally were people who were who were on the surface. They had nothing going for them. Nothing worldly going for them. They weren't attractive. They weren't intelligent. They weren't accomplished. They weren't popular. In fact, they were often friendless. They often had devastated families. They had terrible developmental histories. They just had devastated lives, and yet there was still a core of ethical goodness to them that was stunning under the circumstances. Miraculous.
Be happy things happened. Don't be upset they're no longer here. If everything existed in the way that it did when you miss it, you would never see it in the fondness that you see it now.
I think finding uncomfortable moments and embracing uncomfortable moments are one of the most important things a person can do. And if you don't do it, if you just avoid it, you have that uncomfortable moment, you just start boozing, or you take some pills or something and you just avoid it, you're never gonna figure out what was going on in the first place that led you down that weird road.
Going against the odds to be successful because it's not in your favor. The game ain't built for your success. You just gotta be a beast. You gotta be harder. You gotta be stronger. You gotta be meaner. You gotta be hungrier.
James Clear has this unbelievable insight. It doesn't make sense to continue wanting something if you're not willing to do what it takes to get it. If you don't want to live the lifestyle, then release yourself from the desire. To crave the result, but not the process, is to guarantee disappointment.
It's like I worked myself so hard that I turned a person this f***ed up into this motherfucker right here.
I knew my entire life was going to be a struggle, which is why I just ignored it. And I said, I'm not even trying to jump off into this shit and learn how to read, how to write, how to memorize, how to become something I am not. But through that process, something happened to me. I was like, man, this rest of your life is gonna suck. It is going to suck, not because you're gonna be a loser, but because you're gonna finally start to win. And winning is not easy, my friend.
David Goggins told me that too, who's like the most mentally strong human being I've ever met. And he said, he goes, even though I run every day, sometimes I look at my sneakers, I stare at those motherfuckers for half an hour before I put them on. Just thinking of him. I don't want to do this.
Yes.
So he does it. People want to think that people that are mentally strong don't struggle. No, you do struggle. You always struggle.
Yeah.
But you win every time.
Right.
You make sure that you win every time, and you can win every time. but you gotta develop that ability to make yourself do the things you don't necessarily want to do, but you know you should.
It's supposed to be hard. Everything worth pursuing comes with a little pain. The trick is not minding that it hurts.
Shut the f up. Shut up. The show's over. The clown's over. I don't want to waste my time with this clown show shit. All right? I'm very passionate about fighting. I'm very passionate about getting people better. When I started training 18 years ago, it wasn't about the fucking money. It wasn't about clips and views. You guys live in a different generation than I do, okay? That's why you guys call me fucking Unk. Yes, I am, okay? You guys want to get good, you gotta fucking train.
This is your new life. Take it or leave it. There's no happiness about it. There's no peace behind it. It sucks. It just fucking sucks. And that's the one thing, if I could teach anybody, nothing is easy. It just fucking sucks. And it's gonna continue to suck. And then one day you'll get to a special part in your life that it might get a little bit better.
Everybody has problems. Everybody has issues. And the people that end up being successful are the people that push past those problems, that push past those hard times, and they stop being and sitting and complaining and blaming a whole bunch of shit in their past about why they aren't in the spot that they want to be at today. The only person that can change that trajectory of your life is you.
Tough times make a person strong because if you go through them now, think about it. Think about the times you had to go through something really hard. It's coming back. It's how you are coming back. Because Shakespeare said, nothing is bad, it's all in the mind. I believe that.
If you think this world is about you, think again. Maybe you misunderstood something.
When you're a kid, you kind of go through your life thinking that you're the center of the universe, similar to how we as humans thought the Earth was the center. You think your life is the story, right? Everybody around you is side characters, and some people are legitimately NPCs, and in their, life, all they serve is a purpose to interact with you in one minute segment of your life, and then they kind of just fade into existence. But as you age, you kind of hit this one moment that everybody, not everybody, but majority of people do have when you're driving in traffic or something. Usually that's kind of when I think about it. You kind of think about Sonder and the idea that everybody's life is as complex as yours. Like when you're going through traffic, right? If you're ever sitting at a standstill and it's 2 a.m, you're like, where could this person possibly be going? Where did they come from? Oh my God, they're doing the same thing I am. They're living the same complex life I am.
Be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with the journey. It's going to be mistakes. There's going to be ups and downs. The measure is not how many times you get knocked down, but how many times you get back up.
What do you do on the days when you're just not feeling it?
Those days when I'm tired or worn out, basically sick of the grind, I go anyways. Don't really want to get up and get out of bed. I get up and get out of bed. Don't take today off. Not today. Wait until tomorrow. Don't give in to the immediate gratification that is whispering in your ear. Instead, go through the motions. Lift the weights, sprint the hill, work on the project, get out of bed.
This fucking sucks.
And you work out and you come back and you look in the mirror, you will see nothing. And if you go to the gym the next day and you come back and you look in the mirror, you will see nothing, right? So clearly there's no results, can't be measured, it must not be effective. So we quit, right? Or if you fundamentally believe that this is the right course of action and you stick with it, if you believe there's something there, you commit yourself to an act of service. You commit yourself to the regime, the exercise. You can screw it up. You can eat chocolate cake one day. You can skip a day or two. It allows for that. But if you stick with it consistently, I'm not exactly sure what day, but I know you'll start getting into shape, right? It's the consistency. Going to the gym for 9 hours does not get you into shape. Working out every day for 20 minutes gets you into shape. It's not about intensity. It's about consistency.
Action without planning is the cause
of every failure. Action without planning is the cause of underachievement. Action without planning is the cause of frustration. Take your objective, write out every single step that you're going to have to follow in order to accomplish that objective.
I would say when you wake up, make sure you start with that gratitude, be grateful, be thankful. There's a few people in this world that don't get a chance to live out that day again. And we only can literally take one day at a time. I can't force anything. I can't force the time to go faster. I can only take one day at a time, so I suggest you do the same.
I believe desire and will to win is everything. I don't know why I'm like I am, but my butt's always burning. There's always something say, Art, dadgummit, you're supposed to go for it. Art, dadgummit, you're supposed to be somebody. You're supposed to make a difference with your life. What does the $500,000 a year person do? The $50,000 a year person doesn't do. What do? They do whatever it takes to get the job done. They do it, and do it, and do it, and do it, and do it until the job gets done. And then they talk about how great it is to be somebody they're proud of. We need leaders in America who can do it. If you want to become somebody, do it. If you want to go in business for yourself, do it. If you want to become financially independent, do it. Just do it.
You live uncomfortable to gain growth. You have to have friction in your life to gain growth. And the only way to do that is to make yourself uncomfortable. We don't want to suffer. We don't want to feel discomfort. So the whole time we're living our lives in a very comfortable area. There's no growth in that. So for me, I realized that instead of running from the things you don't want to do, you actually face them and start to gain more and more growth in your life. So that's how I approach all those things.
You know, if you don't believe in yourself, what you do, you achieve the nothing. I believe. My team believe me. And you all should believe in yourself. And you achieve what you want.
Who inspires you? People who go against the odds, I suppose. You know, people who do stuff that hasn't been done before, and people who do stuff that people say they can't
This
do.
fucking sucks.
That inspires me. Hard workers, people that are chasing the
getting
dream
my
no matter
shit
what.
absolutely
That I take inspiration from that.
The best thing you can do
rock right now
is to be exceptionally good at something.
You're the best. Dude, I
If you're the best
hate
doctor in
this.
town, if you're the best lawyer in town, if
I
you're the
am.
best whatever it may be, whatever abilities you have can't be taken away from you. They can't actually be inflated away from you. So the best investment
Fucking hate this, dude. I get it. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But there's also
Whenever I
people in
face
life
anything
that
that's
just
challenging,
get it
whenever
easy.
anything
You know, people that
sucks,
don't have to fucking work hard.
I like it. It's gonna make
People
me
that
tougher.
don't
It's
have
gonna
to
give me a
work
good story to
hard.
tell.
They
It's gonna
grow up
toughen
being
my
a
mind.
bunch of fucking
So
pussies.
when something sucks, good. Good. It's gonna make me tougher, and it's gonna make us stronger. So bring it.
You can go from failure to success, but you can't go from excuses to success. You can't do it. It's not possible. So don't even try it. When I see a person making excuses, I want to walk in their life, say, "My name is John. I'm your friend. Let me explain something to you. That's a dead end street. You
I just
can't
wish I
excuse
was
your way
rich.
out. Right.
I wouldn't have to worry about
You
a
can adjust
single
your way out.
fucking
I mean, like
thing.
failing forward is a good miss.
I wish my parents
Because I
did the
failed,
right
but I
fucking
learned
thing when
something,
I was
and I'm
young.
farther forward.
Instead
Yeah,
of
I'm a little
wasting
further down the
fucking
road. I didn't get
lives.
there.
You have to be wired differently.
Holy shit, I'm getting angry again.
Any type of grade.
Getting fucking angry, and now I'm resenting my fucking parents for doing the fucking, for not doing the right thing. For not taking, and you know, I don't know their story. Maybe they did take risk, you know, maybe they did want to do something and just never did it. I don't know, but it's fucking annoying watching spoiled fucking brats everywhere I fucking go. Spoiled fucking kids,
even if you just
kids
stay where
with
you are,
families that have money,
I'll be right here next
and they're just the biggest
I wonder
fucking
how few men
retards
have ever heard that.
I've ever fucking met in
know
my
you can be
life.
more.
Never have to worry about a goddamn
already.
fucking thing, dude,
You're going
because
to be
their
great,
parents are too busy
but you
fucking
don't need
taking
to be
care of
great.
them.
And I'm with you no matter
Absolutely fucking hate it, man. Gosh.
So guys, I just encourage you to find it, trust and believe in yourself, and never quit.
Dude, I don't know if I want to keep looking at these
I
charts.
look forward to seeing you
I don't know if I want to keep looking.
again.
I'm gonna turn this off because this shit's starting to piss me
I failed. Why do we fall?
off. Fuck. You know what I'd really like right now is a bullet to the motherfucking head.
I'd really love a bullet to the fucking head, dude. One fucking bullet.
I'm alive! I'm alive! Free yourselves!
I love thinking about the quote, every guy essentially has two lives, and the second one starts once you realize you only have one.
I know what I must do.
No.
It's just, I'm afraid to do it.
When will I know I'm ready?
You won't.
It's a leap of faith.
Absolutely.
That's all it is, Miles. A leap of faith.
Now is the best time to start.
Not tomorrow.
Not next week. You have to start.
Right now.
Go out there and make something of yourself for God's sake. Be an honest person and work and get to the top of whatever it is that you want to get to the top of.
Nothing changes and nothing changes, man. In order for something to change, there needs to be change.
It's really simple, but I will say that again. The only reason why you're not living the life that you actually want to live is because you, day by day, keep on feeding the life that you don't want to live.
Well, I'm afraid to make a change, and I'd say, well, that's okay. That's understandable. How afraid are you of not making a change? Let's make a little vision of that. You're 35, you hate your job. What's the consequence? You're not motivated, you don't want to get out of bed in the morning. You're starting to get depressed, you're getting bitter, you're getting resentful, you're getting cynical, you're amotivated at work, you're not doing a very good job, and you're starting to shrink. Now play that out for 10 years. You don't change it, you don't fix it. And what happens? Well, it's not like it's going to get better of its own accord. What's going to happen to you?
SMT.
Well, for sure, at minimum, what's going to happen to you is you're going to be in the same situation,
Fucking doing
but 10 years older. And if you can't get out of that situation now,
right here.
what the hell makes you think you're going to get out of it in 10 years?
938.
Yep. I said it
Right
before
here.
and I'll say it again.
905.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while.
938.
You could miss it.
You will never
Right here.
be at this age again.
Right now, the new is you.
Oh, dude.
But someday, not too long from
$1 million isn't cool. You know what's cool?
$1 billion.
You know what's really cool? Is wishing I had people to do this with. That'd be really fucking cool. You know, like a good friend or a brother or somebody who actually gave a fuck. That'd be really cool.
Because I think
if you want to be wealthy and happy the rest of your life, just learn this lesson.
I just want to be a fat piece of shit,
Learn to
man.
work harder on yourself
I just
than
want
you
to play
do
games.
on your job.
I just
I
want
have
to
found in
do.
my experience that
That's
income
not
does
what I
not
want. I
far
actually want
exceed personal
everything.
development.
I
Now,
want the
sometimes
house. I
income
want
takes
the
a lucky
car.
jump, but sure enough, unless you grow out where it is, it'll usually come back where you are. Life has strange ways. If
But
somebody
I
hands you $1
fucking
million,
hate that I have to
best
do it
you
on my
become a
own,
millionaire
man.
quickly.
I fucking hate
So you
it.
get to keep the money.
I can't believe it, man.
Otherwise, sure enough, it'll disappear. Somebody once
It
said,
literally felt like I
if you
had
took
it all
all the money
handled.
in the world,
Like
divided it up equally among
it's crazy because
everybody, it would
I've been
soon all
doing
be
this
back
for
in the
quite
same
some time,
pockets.
man. I mean,
Success is something you
it's getting to the
attract,
point where
not
now
something
I'm
you
even getting
pursue.
fucking
So
tired.
instead of going after it, you work on yourself. Personal development. Because true happiness is not contained in what you get. Happiness is contained in what you become. Now, if you're excited and you're ready to change,
All right, let's
let
take a
me
look
give you
here.
3 steps to start life
Sweep
change
low.
that can change your life, your personality, your lifestyle. Everything can change.
This is liquidity.
Here's the steps.
This
Number
is
1,
internal structure to the
find
buy
out
side. Internal,
how
internal, right here.
things
So, let's get rid of this.
To change your life, really, you need ideas. There isn't anything an idea can't change. And Schoaf taught me the major problem is lack of an idea, not a problem. At first, I didn't have any money. I said to Mr. Schoaf, I don't have any money. He said, that's not a problem.
Let's back
now,
up a
see,
bit
up until
before
then,
I
I always
fucking
thought
shoot
it was.
myself.
Right? I was
Because
confused.
I feel like shooting myself.
He said, no, the problem is lack of an idea on how to create money and wealth. It isn't lack of
internal
money, it's
break
lack
structure.
of ideas.
Okay,
So
this
to
is
get
an
the ideas
internal
so you
now.
can change anything. Now, to get ideas, you need a constant study of finding out. If you wish to be successful, study success. If you wish to be happy, study happiness. If you wish to be wealthy, study wealth. Don't leave it to chance. Make it a study. Some people just go through the day with their fingers crossed. See, that won't do it. You've got to study the things that can change your economic, social, spiritual,
Buy that, but give me a sec.
life.
I'm gonna buy it if it goes there.
Now, Schoaf also said, when you find out something that works, put the information in your journal. Don't use your head for a filing cabinet.
15-minute. This is
Put it in your journal so that you
a
can do the next
1030
best thing.
FEG.
Repetition, repetition,
Is this the?
repetition.
This is 9 something. There is no 1030 FEG on this one. Of course there isn't. But you know what? We didn't even get SMT.
The idea takes root, starts to
Is this
grow,
a
and shows up
discounted
in your bank account,
FEG? Let me
and your
take a look
dress,
at least.
and your personality and your lifestyle. Now, if you're curious, let me give you 3 ways to find out how to change anything. Any life direction, any dimension. Here's 3 ways to find out how to change anything. Number 1 is to read. All of the successful people I know and work with around the world, they're all good readers. Curiosity drives them to read. They gotta know. They just read. Become self-educated. Standard education will get you standard results. And you can check those numbers and see if that's what you want. But if you want to go beyond that, you now have got to become self-educated. One way to learn is from your own experiences, but another way to learn is from other people's experiences. See, one book might save you 5 years if you read it. Did you know there's books on how to be stronger, more decisive, be a speaker, be a leader, have a better effect on other people, develop your personality? Did you know there's books on that? Did you know that hundreds of successful people have written their stories in books and they wrote down how they did it and people don't read it? How would you explain that? Now, you don't have to read half the night, but put this in your notes, 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes a day, read something positive, something challenging, something inspirational, something instructional, at least 30 minutes a day. Become a good reader. Now, that's my opinion. Listen to the other lecturers, and listen to me, and make up your own mind. Don't be a follower, be a student. Here's the second way to find out how to change your life. And that's to listen. Get around successful people and listen. Now, you can also learn from unsuccessful people. Take notes on both, negative and positive. Find out what poor people read and don't read it. Right? That's good information. Learn from the negative. But now you can also learn from the positive. Get around successful people. Listen to what they say. Listen to how they say it. It's important. Now, here's some of the best advice I've got for the whole evening. Poor people ought to take rich people out to dinner and listen. That's some of the best I got. But you're right. Poor people don't usually take rich people out to dinner. The guy said he's rich, let him buy his own dinner. I'm not coming up with any money. You're lucky to get your own supper, let alone running around trying to find a rich man to feed. And the guy's behind. If a guy's not doing well, one of the first things he ought to do is find a guy that is doing well and offer to buy him his dinner. Spend $50, $60, $80, $100. Go for the full 9 course. If you get a successful person to eat and talk for 2 hours, they're liable to drop ideas in your lap, change your life. Multiply your income by 2, by 3, by 5. But you're right. Poor people don't usually take rich people out to dinner. Now, here's the third way to find out how to change your life. And that's to observe. You can pick up a lot of ideas just by watching. Get around successful people and watch. Here's why. Success leaves clues. Watch how the man shakes hands. Watch how the lady responds. People who do well do certain things over and over and over and over. And if you're clever, you can pick them up. Watch it all. If a guy's making $10,000 a month, I'd watch how he walks. Maybe that's it. Copy his funny little walk. Somebody says, well, that's kind of a silly walk. Say, it's 10,000. I haven't got the money yet, but I got the walk. It's bound to start somewhere. What I ask you tonight is to be unusual and be a good observer of what's going on. You can pick up ideas that can change your life starting tomorrow. Just be a more careful observer. Now remember, there's two ways to see. One is called sight. See with your eyes. The other one is called insight. See with your mind. See with your eyes, you'll see things. See with your mind, you'll see answers. Put your eyes and your mind to work. And the best advice on developing sight and insight is pay attention. Don't miss anything. Wherever you are, be there. Excellent. Now, we've lingered a little bit long on number one here for personal development. Find out how things work, but it's so very important finding out. And I've given you 3 ways to find out. Now, here's the second step to personal development. Okay, number 1 was find out how things work. Here's number 2, go to work. If there's one thing to get excited over, that's it. Get excited over your ability to make yourself do the necessary things. What could you make yourself do starting tomorrow that would change it all? No, tell it. Now see, that's exciting. On any given day, you can massively change the direction of your life. Now here's the key to discipline. Start with the little disciplines, get excited over the little disciplines, and get right on those, because those will lead to the big ones. You can't handle the big challenges in life unless you take on the little ones. Make a list of all the things you can do, get right on those, discipline yourself for those, both for the results and for the muscle and for the practice, so that when life hands you some big challenges, you'll be ready, you'll have the muscle. But see, if you don't handle the small ones, you can't take care of the big ones. Here's what else it takes for life change. Self-motivation. Key phrase, self-motivation. I don't know why we call it self-motivation. It's really the only kind there is. You got to motivate yourself. And you don't want to give self-motivation away to somebody else and make it somebody else motivating you. The guy says, boy, if somebody just come by and turn me on. What if they don't show up? Right? See, you got to have a better plan for your life. You must now take action on what you found out. Don't let your learning lead to knowledge. You'll become a fool. Let your learning lead to action. You can become wealthy. And there's many kinds of wealth, I understand that, not just money. Money's one of the least of all values.
You're a man. You are a man. Stand up and be a man. Make the hard decisions. Make the sacrifices. Make the unpopular decisions. And become comfortable in your own skin. And if you are not a person that you are comfortable being alone with, that is the one person in this universe that you have full power, full right, and full responsibility to change. I don't have the right I don't have the desire to, and I do not have the right to try to change my wife's personality and who she is. I don't have the right to change anybody except myself. Now, there's people out there I don't like, and if I don't like them, I just walk away. I'm 55 years old. I've done without that person my whole dang life. I don't need them now. And I don't have the right or the desire to try to change them. But if I don't like me, if I'm not comfortable being with me, well, that's a different story.
I tell young men, it's like, find something difficult to do. You need that. You're not built for comfort or pleasure. Like, if that comes along, good. You know, if you have a day where you're comfortable and there's some things around you that give pleasure, have some sense and enjoy it. But don't be thinking that's what your life is aimed at. That's contemptible. Everyone knows that.
You're talking about young men that might not have any direction right now. Go do something that's hard. Go try and accomplish something that's hard. You may win, you may lose, you may succeed, you may fail. I'll tell you what, you'll be better. If you avoid those things that are hard, if you don't accept that challenge, if you don't step up and step into that cold water, and you sit on your couch and eat Doritos, I can tell you this is not a good move. This is not a good move. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just get up, move towards that challenge, whatever that challenge is. Move towards that challenge and go attack it. And you may be successful and you may not be successful, but you will be better. And the next challenge, you're gonna be more prepared for. And the next challenge after that, you're gonna be even more prepared for. And you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and then you're gonna win.
I don't care what you're going to do, but go out there and make something of yourself for God's sake. Be an honest person and work and get to the top of whatever it is that you want to get to the top of. You know, and stand up for yourself like a respectable human being and be a bit of a light on the world instead of a blight.
A man's most valuable, most important resource is his good name. If a man ain't got a good name, he ain't got nothing. So don't lie. Be respectful. You know, be respectful to others, be respectful to your elders. Even if they're not respectable, they still been through life enough, you know, their position earns them what their behavior wants.
If you're gonna do it, do it. Say what you can do what you say. If you can't do it, don't say you can do it. Don't over-leverage yourself. Don't over-leverage a decision and then jump in and kind of dip a toe. I think I'll try it out. No, think if you're gonna try it out beforehand, but when it's time to go, dive. Finish it, find out. Come out the other side. Don't leave it and go, ooh, if I just would have, That keeps me up at night. I think it keeps a lot of us up at night. When you half-ass something and you just don't know whether you failed or succeeded, got what you want or didn't get what you want. Finding out and looking in the mirror and going, I didn't half-ass it. I went all the way. I found out, and that ain't for me. Or I found out, and you damn right that is for me. That's a great place to get to.
The other thing that's so interesting about being alive is that you're all in. No matter what you do, you're all in. This is going to kill you. So I think you might as well play the most magnificent game you can while you're waiting. Because do you have anything better to do? Really? Why not pick the best thing possible that you could do?
You better not lose this. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Your grandma counting on you to do the right thing. Your mama counting on you. Your cousins, your brothers and sisters are counting on you to cash in on this opportunity.
If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. If you're going to try, go all the way. This could mean losing girlfriends, wives, relatives, jobs, and maybe your mind. Go all the way. It could mean not eating for 3 or 4 days. It could mean freezing at a park bench. It can mean jail. It can mean derision, mockery, isolation. Isolation is the gift. All the others are a test of your endurance, or how much you really want to do it. And you'll do it, despite rejection and the worst odds, and it will be better than anything you can imagine. If you're going to try, go all the way. All the way. You will ride life straight to perfect laughter. It's the only good fight there is.
The bad days create the story that I'm one day going to tell myself about what I got through. Without the bad days, the story would be way more lame. there would be no glory in overcoming anything, because what did you overcome?
When you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person that walked into it. That's what the storm is all about. When you can't control what's happening to you, control how you respond to it. That's where your power is.
A bad week ain't gonna last. A bad month ain't gonna last. It's just, as long as you're working on yourself and you're trying to better yourself in those moments, it's okay to not be okay, to be okay.
I'm gonna have setbacks, I know. But if I'm feeling bad, that doesn't mean I'm doing bad. That doesn't mean I am bad. That doesn't mean that I can't still take some action. Because yeah, nothing changes and nothing changes, man.
If you actually want to build something that's gonna stand the test of time and make you very successful and rich and happy and bring other people with you, it's gonna take everything. I fully believe that. I don't think you can half-ass it. I don't think it can be a side project, and I don't think it can be something that's just 3 hours a day. I think you've got to go fully into it to become like high-level achiever, like actually a winner.
Excuses will destroy you and take everything that you ever wanted from you, if you let them.
Most people who've won big have failed big. You know, so even you know. And what I promised myself as a little boy, I said I can never leave the gym knowing I have 5% left. That 5% is magic. It's the magic place where very few people go. You can go there. I'm giving you permission to go there. We'll have people behind you. If you fall down and drop the weight on the floor, who cares? Who cares? But if you make it, I care. I want that. I want you to fail, and I want you to get up and do it again. The same thing in life is the same thing here. If you can do this, you can do anything. Anything. Right now, you're 5% away. 5% away from being a champion.
Remember, it's not what you have, but what you do with what you have that separates winners from losers. It's not what happens to you, but how you respond to what happens to you that counts. In the final analysis, your response to the adversity of life is the real measure of who you are and what you're made of. The Greek philosopher Epictetus once said that circumstances do not make the man or woman. They merely reveal him to himself.
Don't stress in the face of adversity. Make adversity something you desire for an opportunity to grow.
If you had to create a human, what would you put them through to make them tough? It probably wouldn't be a really chill life. Yeah. What would you put them through to make them patient? Well, you probably wouldn't give them things immediately. And so it's like, we want these traits, but each of the traits has a price tag attached to it. And it's just like, do you want to pay the price tag to get the thing? And so I think if people reframed the period of life that they're going through as the price that they're paying out of their wallet, but the wallet is their time, is the seconds of life that they're trading for it, then I think more people would be willing to make the trade. Because at least when I look at myself, like when I'm 80 something years old and I'm looking back on my life, I want to have these traits. But in order to have those traits, I know I have to go through these things. And I think for me, that's given me a lot of comfort in hard times.
You can't have an easy life in a great character. Show me a trust fund kid that inherited a bunch of money, and I'll show you someone mentally tortured. It's true, right? Having stuff isn't fun. Getting stuff is fun. It's not the pursuit of happiness. It's the happiness of the pursuit. You know, the self-help is not the journey, it's the destination. It's not either the journey or the destination. It's who you become on the journey. And here's the terrible thing about life. It's self-assignment. Like, you know, there's school and college, and then you get dropped into the real world at some point, and you go, well, you have to decide what you're going to do. And you can take an easy path, and it's ultimately less fun. It's short money. Or you take a hard path and you give yourself a challenge, and it's great.
Nietzsche said, I know of no better life